question for you. Have you ever had a red wine headache after only one glass? Researchers believe they've found the culprit, a chemical naturally found in grapes. CTV science and technology specialist Dan Riskin is here to break it down for us. Good morning.
Good morning. Those are some giant wine glasses next to you. I hope we don't have to drink all of that.
It's really hard to hold it. See, that's why I think that I get the headache, because that's what I drink, too many of those giant glasses. So break this down. What is this chemical that I just mentioned?
Well, yeah, it's a chemical called quercetin, and what's weird is that it's a healthy thing. This is one of those antioxidants that makes grapes good for you. It's found in a whole bunch of different fruits and vegetables, and it's normally something we like. But what scientists have figured out is that maybe when quercetin is mixing with alcohol, it turns into quercetin glucuronide, which is a different chemical that prevents the enzymes in your body from breaking down alcohol properly. And so what ends up happening is your body is hampered in its ability to deal with the alcohol, and this other chemical called acetaldehyde builds up that causes these massive headaches.
Okay, so it's the alcohol causing the headache, or the combination of the quercetin and the alcohol?
It's the alcohol causing the headache, because what it's done is it's taken away your body's ability to break down the alcohol. And so it's hampering this enzyme that normally comes to the rescue and makes it so that your body doesn't suffer. You drink alcohol at a slow rate, your body breaks it down so that the poison that you're ingesting doesn't poison you. But when your enzymes can't do their job, the thinking is that's when you start getting those massive headaches.
I see, in my world, I was like, well, I can't drink this kind of red wine because it does this to me, or maybe I like a Pinot Noir, but like that kind of thing. So I'm assuming this affects people in different ways.
Right. Okay. So some people get this and some people don't really have an experience with this, but there are a lot of people for whom one glass of red wine, a little glass, causes a massive headache half an hour to 2 hours later. And it's especially true for people who get migraines. And so it's thought there's a difference in vulnerability that way. But then the other thing is the amount of quercetin that's in different wines can vary. It might be that a Pinot Noir is better than a Chardonnay, but right now the labeling doesn't take this into account at all. So people who are susceptible to these kinds of headaches, wouldn't be able to make an informed choice that way.
So I have a viewer question. Lindsey from Toronto is asking, is there anything that you can do to counteract the impacts of this?
Well, Lindsey from Toronto, I'm glad you had time to write in your question. Right now, this is still a hypothesis. So they've shown this in a test tube. They haven't been able to do the trials with people. And so they need to do that and make sure that this is, in fact, the mechanism that's causing it. But once they do really work all this out, it's going to be possible for them to say, okay, here's a wine that doesn't have so much of the quercetin in it, or here's a new variety of wine we've made that doesn't have quercetin at all. And then if that is what's causing the problem, it'll be easier for people to choose a wine that doesn't have those effects. But for now, if you stick to white wine or other kinds of drinks, maybe a little bit of rum and eggnog over the holidays, you might save yourself some trouble that way.
Yeah, just find alternatives, as we say. Dan Riskin, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.